Hood Postman, Professor Belly Mail. This is not a glorification or a glamorization. This is an education. You can go anywhere in the world and get a couple of lies, but you come right here to get the truth. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and the 15th. Lock the door. Professor Belly Mail, the Hood Postman. So who are we with today?
It's the cartoon 5-3, man.
5-3. What does that really mean, cartoon? I say here the 5-3, but give us a little detail what that 5-3 stands for.
I'm from East Side 5 Avalon Gangsta Crip. And so with the social media stuff, you got to have a unique handle. So instead of just being plain with the cartoon, I just put the 5-3 on the end.
Got it. So cartoon, growing up, right? What was it that initially attracted you to 5-3?
Like I did a video, and I said because of where I grew up at, I could have been 5-3 or I could have been 4-3. But what really got me was I heard two girls coming out of the store one day, and they were crying because a blood dude had slapped one of them. And so when I listened to them as they walked past me, and she said, "I bet they won't go in South Park and mess with those Crips." It was a lock after that.
So that just in that instant with that situation, because I think a lot of us, where we come from is trauma based. We can't ignore that part, based on the experience of your age or what happened at a particular age. But let's get to it. What schools you went to?
What grades?
Starting from elementary on.
Elementary school, I went to 49th Street School. That's right there on 49th and Avalon.
What year was that?
Oh shoot, homie. I'll be 60 in 2 months, so you might have to do the math. That was back in the 70s.
Okay, back in the 70s. So, and the reason why I asked that, because the Crips had started roughly. I mean, we know Raymond did 69, but 71, 72 is when the train started blowing smoke and people started jumping on for the ride. So you say, we'll say 73, maybe 74.
Okay.
Maybe, 74, 75.
Right.
I believe that's around about the year. Okay. After then, when you got to middle school, did the dynamics change? Because elementary school be pretty much like safe environment, but when we get to...
Well, I'm going to give it to you. For me, going to school where I went to school at, of course, that whole area was, was gang orientated. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I had knew from a child that when I got older that I was going to be a Crip. And a lot of people say, how is that? I had an older cousin before I even knew what a Crip was, that ever heard of the word Crip, didn't know nothing about it. I had an older cousin that was from Compton. He was from Spooktown. And when he would come over, he would always tell me and my other cousin who lived with me, he would thump us in the head. Y'all gonna be Crip. He had a little saying. He used to say, I'm ruler of the east side, component of the west side. I'm Mac, woo, 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 Compton. And I used to wonder what he was talking about. I'm like, man, what this fool talking about? And as he's gonna be a Crip, didn't know what it was. So when I got older and finally got up on, okay, I'm gonna be a Crip. So I was just biding my time. So when that time came, I jumped in feet first.
Did you know his name?
Yeah, they called him Mac.
Mac, okay. And he's from Spooktown.
Yeah, he's from Spooktown.
Okay, yeah. Spooktown has been around for a while. There's a lot of good dudes over there. But okay, anyway, I want to also venture down where you ran into Crazy Ray, right?
Yeah, my dog.
Okay. How long had you and Crazy Ray been friends before you guys, or did you guys Crip together, or did you guys... Okay.
We knew each other, you know what I'm saying? Ray stayed right there on 53rd. We knew each other, you know what I'm saying, as kids coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And when we banged, I think he started before me. But boom, once we started doing it, me and his cousin, he had a cousin from the set, the homeboy Looney. Now me and Looney was tight at first.
Uh-huh.
And me and Looney kicked it. Because now, me and Looney coming up as kids, we the one who used to put our heads together at elementary school, like, yeah, homie, man, I don't be from the set, like, yeah. So anyway, once we started banging, I see the homie Pat, in every set, everybody got their own little crew they hang with. I see Cuz over there, he'll see me, we boom, boom. But it seemed like one day, I don't know how it just come about, we went to rubbing elbows and kicking it and found out, you know what I'm saying, we was birds of a feather, just looked different.
What was it about Crazy Ray that just made you like, man, this is my guy?
He was a calming factor for me. We was like this, but we were opposite. Okay, I was the type. Say we in traffic, me and him, and I was a runaway train on the street. Homie, I'm talking back in the '80s. Homie, that gang thing had me so inundated it didn't play. I was the type. If I'm driving and we stop at a red light, and I look at you, I'm gonna hit the setup quick. I'm gonna do that. Man, don't look, don't eat, don't throw up what I don't want to see. Don't eat, smirk your nose, your face, anything like that. I'm dumping, I'm busting off the rip. Didn't care nothing about nothing. You know, it was different back then. We didn't have all the cameras and stuff, but I was like just going up top like that for a minute. Now, Ray was the type, he didn't do that. If you get into it with him, he was the type like, all right, homie, you know, no problem, partner, cool. But now, if that situation happened on the Monday, you dead for Friday.
That was Crazy Ray.
Yeah, that was Ray.
How did he get that name?
He was crazy. You know what I'm saying? He was just crazy. The homie was crazy.
What gave you the name? Who gave you the name Cartoon?
I'm named behind OG Businessman cartoon, my big homie. Who I was just talking to this morning. I'm trying to get him to do a documentary on the businessman. And I always liked his name. I always dug his name. It was so unique to me. And it was more for me because, like I used to tell people, you know, I was a gangster nerd growing up. I collected comic books and, you know what I'm saying, did all that. So when I peeped the homie cartoon, I'm like, man, you know, that fit me. That fit me. And I told him, boom, right to this day, he called me namesake. He's like, yeah, namesake.
You do have a funny side to you. Oh. You got a serious side, and then you also got a humorous side to you. Yeah. But explain to me the dynamic between Baby Knot and Crazy Ray, because they both were family members, but yet they came two different sides.
Well, see, you know, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people think, always hear Crazy Ray and Baby Knot, and they think it's just them two. People don't know. No. They family way bigger than that. Ray, it was way more from off the villain side. It's 4, 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? More brothers and sisters and all that, uncles on the villain side. Then on the Avalon side, it's a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying, the G homie Doc Rob, you know, that's Ray brother too. And
really?
It's like 4, 5 on the Avalon side, 4, 5 on the villain side. But Crazy Ray and Baby Knot were the two most popularest ones, so that's what they think. But yeah, those who grew up over there, they villain. All the homies who grew up over here, Avalon.
Man, wonder what those Thanksgiving dinners was like.
You know, they got along for pretty much the most part, because one of the things I remember as a kid coming up, Ray used to always tell us. He say, man, I don't care what you do to the rest of the villains, do not touch my brother. Do not touch my brother. And it was many times I was over there putting in work, and other homies who had Baby Knot dead bang, had him dead bang. They're like, no, that's Ray brother. Let him go. You know what I'm saying?
That's respect, man. That's respect. Here go a deeper question. Do you think if we give too much airspace to where we from versus being black men?
You know what? That to me, that's something that you're not even gonna contemplate till after you go to prison. On the streets, black men, you know what I'm saying, especially coming up when we came up, the black man part didn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? That's something you don't get conscious of self. You don't get conscious of who you are, where you from, and your ancestry till you go to prison and sit down, start picking up books, start reading, and learn this. See, that's one of the things that DGF used to be so mad about with us, because they were for the blackness. We wasn't. We coming in straight banging, straight Crip, straight blood. You feel what I'm saying? And they couldn't understand that. They didn't like that. But in this, do we put it ahead of time? Like I say, that's something that changes. At first we do, yeah, because I did. I didn't care about no black, none of that. All I cared about was Crip. But now, as you get older and get more conscious, I believe we switch over and put our race ahead of it, especially if you live in California, because we subject to be extinct at the way things are going.
I think we only did what we see and saw. That was just a reenactment, because we had Tookie, we had Raymond, we had Mac Thomas, we had Black Johnny down there where you guys were at, right? Just to name a few. But I think some of the things that we saw them do, we would just, because
Where did the buffing come from? Where did it come from getting big and want to have that particular look?
Right.
You know, those guys set precedents in order for us, you know, for us to follow and be, you know, other words, take up that map, because that was the map to Cripism, right? Am I correct or wrong?
It's true. That comes back to like the title of my book, A Product of My Environment. We were products of our environment. What we seen, you know what I'm saying, me as a kid growing up, running through South Park, I'm seeing my big homies, you know, they were our idols. They were the father figures that we didn't have in the home. So of course, when we see them, we go idolize them. This is what we want to do. If my big homie had on some starched 501s that was so starched it was flaking off, then I made sure me as a kid growing up, when I got old enough, my 501s were starched. If my homie walked a certain type way, I was gonna walk that certain type way. You know, this is stuff as a kid growing up, we practiced doing this. So yeah, what we seen is what we became, a product of our environment.
Right. True or false? You can't destroy a street nigga reputation on the internet or the social media. You got to do that manually on the streets or in the penitentiary where it was built at.
I say false.
Why?
Because this social media thing that got so strong, man, you can liquidate, eviscerate, annihilate a person's whole background, who they are, their reputation, and all that on this internet. You know what I'm saying? Because people are so enthralled with what's being said on the internet, they taking it and run with it. And you can lie on a person, say this, and this, and people people gonna believe it. You know, we won't say everyone, but you got a lot of people that will believe it and start looking at you funny. You feel what I'm saying?
So it would be fair to say that those individuals are information poor because they didn't look at the whole picture, the whole scenario, and the whole play. In other words, there's a lot of people pulling strings and targeting certain people for various reasons, but just because we see something don't make it true.
That's true.
Or somebody saying something don't make it true.
But you got to understand the type of mentality of people you're dealing with. Not everybody gonna take the time to break it down and analyze it like that. They just gonna sit here like fat women eating bonbons, looking at soap operas, and believe any and everything they see and hear on the internet.
What is it about our culture that we love that drama, that we so attracted, we so engaged in drama that we run to it like it's dope?
You know what? That's a good question. Especially when you ask it about our race being caught up in that. I really don't know, man. But you're right. We as black people, we love it. And I'm not going to exclude me. You know what I'm saying? Like I walk on water and nothing. I'm human too. You know, I get caught up in the mess. Especially like in this social media. You can say positive stuff. Don't nobody want to hear that, homie. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear who done snitch, who finna get beat up, who shot who, and who kicked who in the behind. You know, who said this and that about it. It is what it is.
What was the protocol during your time for snitching? There was a protocol, right?
Right.
But I heard another person say that we don't need that no more. We put it on the internet and let them do the work.
That's pretty much what they're doing, man. Things change. You know, I just did a video. I did a reaction to a little essay, but he was saying it. A lot of people didn't like what I was saying, but what I was saying was the truth. You know what I'm saying? We as a people, especially, you know, gangbangers or whatever, in LA, after generation, it seems to me like each generation get weaker and weaker. It ain't what it used to be. You feel what I'm saying? So now it's to the point where now snitching is acceptable nowadays. Yeah, they're going to get on the internet and say this and this and this, but the same people, the same person that they talking about going to be in the hood every day, kicking and rubbing elbows with his homeboys. Now, yeah, he going to have his homeboys that's going to talk behind his back and say this and this, but as far as confronting him on it, the way it would have happened in our day and age, homie, that don't really happen no more. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the rat is a killer or got hands. They're not going to confront it.
Or a big family.
You know what I'm saying? They're not going to confront it. They don't know that what's being said about him was said or what he did, but as far as him stepping up like, hey, cuz, check this out, homie, to the back. Man, that's over.
Is that where the word selective politics come from?
Selective politicking, you know what I'm saying? I call it fear politicking.
Mm-hmm. There was a time when we could just look down the street and say, damn, here come the Crips.
Right.
Or, damn, here come the Pyrus. Can't do that anymore. No. Why?
Because we're going to say, dang, here come the Mexicans. You know.
Why we can't distinguish what I'm saying, because we saw the Crips, they were all blue. We saw the Bloods, they was all red. You knew who they were. But now when you look at them, you don't know who they are.
The watered downism, like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? The younger generation come about, they talk, oh, we don't want to do the color thing no more. You feel what I'm saying? Then they, you know, I was in the project last night talking with some homies about it. And, you know, I be getting on homies, they be like, I'd be like, "Hey, cuz, no, you ain't jumping in the foot." You know what I'm saying? I might come to LA and be like, "Man, let's take some pictures," you know. And one of the homies got on too much red, and I'd be like, "No, cuz, I don't want you in my picture," you know. Oh man, tune it in, man. You know, I'm like, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was when I first got out. Now I understand that the color line has been gone. It's gone. But and you know, like, tune, you ain't gonna, no, homie. I respect what y'all doing. No, I take that back. I don't respect it, but I understand it. I'm not gonna never wear a burgundy. It's just not my thing. I wasn't raised that way. I didn't come up that way. I don't really know how to do that. I was indoctrinated different. And they like, man, but tune this. I'm like, homie, we got too many homies. Too many that died for that color, homie. To just throw it away? To just act like they sacrificed ain't nothing? No, not me. I'm a Crip, homie, not wear blue.
Doing my travels or when I was away going to the university, I like to put it. I knew of Doc Rob, never met him, but I knew his reputation. Young Cuz and Van Duke and Evil, I was on the line with them cats right there. Them some good dudes,
I
man.
see all in the mall.
Yeah. Well, definitely give them my love, man.
Okay,
And Lee Dog also, man. Big, tall, dark-skinned Lee Dog.
Big Lee Dog,
yeah. Them right there. I've been with them guys right there. So they some real good dudes. So definitely give them my love and tell them I appreciate them, you know, when we was behind them under them circumstances and situations, what we had to do. But so you talked about growing up, but who was your influence? There had to be somebody. I mean, you talked about Big Cartoon, who was a businessman, right? But on the Crip side, who was that influence?
Oh, cuz, that's easy, man. My G homies, my big homies, man. Doc Rob, you know, Brownie, Big Sleepy, Henry Brown, Richie Brown, Baby J, Fats, OG Big Hurt. You feel what I'm saying? All knockout artists, man. Them the homies, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Them the homies I would see in the park, you know what I'm saying? Them the homies I would see get into it with the businessman when they thought they was gonna keep South Park and wasn't gonna let the Crips up there. Now, homie, my G homies say, cuz, this fire travel line park now. Y'all got to go. You know what I'm saying? You know, little kids see the homies posted up. That's my influence. That's my influence. The homies, you know.
Lock the door.
Proof for grind all the time, baby.
Yeah. Cali Miners, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the feds get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga Wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing. They see me shining. That's hard work. Proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say?